Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. For the past few weeks, I've sat back and watched the Brown family being analyzed, scrutinized, and judged during such a hurtful, heartbreaking, and tough time. I've never lost a child, and I cannot even begin to imagine the hurt and pain that they are going through. And to sit back and watch a YouTuber be so disrespectful, it's really hard not to get angry, whether you like a certain individual or not. Like I said before, time and place. Grief is not something that is one size fits all. Everyone grieves in different ways, and no other person can tell you how you should or should not act when you have lost a child or have gone through any other tragedy. Grief is a very living thing. It visits at random. You cannot schedule it. You cannot try and occupy yourself or distract yourself or even work yourself to the bone. It just waits for you to finish. So when it shows up, or however it shows up, let it show up, and then one can deal with it accordingly. So let's get into the most recent pettiness I've come across towards the Browns as of recently. But before that, my usual disclaimer. Please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Like I have said, I've sat back for a few weeks and watched without a crystal ball exploit the passing of Janelle and Cody Brown's son. It is a tragedy, and no parent should ever be burying their child. From the get-go, she falsely reported on information. She blamed Janelle for not getting help for her son. She blamed Cody for being in a profession that she claims contributed to his death. And because of the non-existent relationship with his son that led his son to take his own life. She calls out Christine for not posting about the loss of Garrison at an appropriate time. That without a crystal ball would have wanted her to do so. She said that Robin did and could not go to the scene because she would have not been welcomed. She blames TLC, and of recent she says that Janelle should sue TLC for wrongful death. From the get-go, she has been nothing but reckless and disrespectful towards this family's tragedy. Yesterday, Without a Crystal Ball posted on her Instagram, Janelle breaks down receiving flag for Garrison at funeral. Cody and Robin appear bewildered. What else did she expect Janelle to do when receiving the flag? Should she have had a smile on her face? Come on, Katie Joy, it's unbelievable. And as for her pointing out or singling out Cody and Robin and saying they look bewildered, is absolutely unnecessary and childish for being so petty to single them out. They were there for Janelle, and they were there for Cody's son. They honored Garrison, yet if they had not been there, it would have been running news for Without a Crystal Ball for weeks to come. They showed up, and if you look at this picture, what I see is sadness on Robin's face. And as for Cody, what I see is someone that looks helpless. No matter how you feel about Robin or Cody, they showed up. And they were there for honoring his son. Then she posted, Garrison Brown's military memorial occurred on March 24th, 2024 at the Clark County Armory and organized by the Nevada National Guard. Garrison's mother and next of kin, Janelle Brown, was honored with a folded flag by the National Guard in honor of his service. The event was attended by many in the Brown family, including his estranged father Cody and stepmother Robin. Their children did not attend. Christine and David, along with all of Christine's children, were in attendance. Janelle was surrounded by her children. Her son Hunter, who was an officer in the Air Force, sat beside her during the memorial service. Her sons Gabriel and Logan sat directly behind her. Many of the relatives and extended family were in attendance. Christine's brothers Steve and Eli, along with her sister Wendy, were seen in the crowd. The sadness on Janelle's face can be felt through the photographs. The National Guard's memorial also included a gun salute in his memory. Did she really need a photo to see or know the sadness Janelle was going through? Let's not forget, she lost her son. When just 2 weeks ago, also, in my opinion, That sadness never goes away. Janelle is Garrison's mom. Without a Crystal Ball was judging Janelle for leaving behind her son, Gabe, that found his brother, and she left to go be with her daughter in North Carolina. And this is what did it for me, let alone the clickbait title of the video. Before I move on to that, nobody knows why Robin's kids did not attend, but after seeing what Without a Crystal Ball posted and how their lives have been invaded, gives me an idea of possibly why they did not attend. Last week, Without a Crystal Ball claimed that somebody reached out to her and shared photos of Cody and his family going out to dinner, and she says, Cody and Robin Brown dine out with their adult kids, Aurora, Brianna, and Dayton in Scottsdale, Arizona tonight. A follower saw them at Hand-Cut Burgers and Chop House. Their youngest kids were not with them. The follower was shocked to see them walk in. She said they were all super happy, laughing and acting weird, considering that Garrison just died last week. First of all, why was she so shocked that they walked in? Are they supposed to just stay isolated and be miserable, sad, each and every day, here on out? The follower mentioned that the table they were with and others around them were shocked at how happy they all were. It wasn't normal. It is normal when you're grieving. While everyone grieves differently, Robin and her kids were completely estranged from Garrison and had no relationship. The follower said that it was like nothing happened. It will all make sense that the adults, they feel that they didn't need to go to his ceremony because they weren't close. The adults, they can do what they want to do. Also, Robin was walking with a major limp. They couldn't tell if she hurt her hip or leg, but she was waddling. Robin hasn't said a word since Garrison died, other than to update her Pinterest bio, thanking people for their support. The follower said the restaurant is near shopping outlets, where we all know Cody and Robin love to blow their sister wives' cash. Don't say we all. Brianna and Aurora were not happy being spotted and tried to dodge photos and glared at people that noticed them. It seems like they didn't like being spotted out. Clearly they didn't like it, Katie Joy, because who does like their privacy being invaded? Especially by people that are taking photos to send to you. Come on. A very different picture than what Janelle and Christine are going through. Once again, as you said yourself, everybody grieves differently. Katie Joy. Now back to Janelle and what Without a Crystal Ball, or the assumption she made about Janelle and the demise of her son.
So Janelle, after the funeral, left with Madison and went back to North Carolina. Like a day before this all happened, she was shared on Instagram that she had her skin checked out and that she had to have some stuff removed for basal cell. And someone asked her, are you still in Flagstaff? And she said, I'm here this week, splitting time between here and North Carolina now. So she just happened to be in town at the same time that he decided to take his life. She had been out of town up until then. She comes into town and he ends his life, and then she goes back to North Carolina. I'm not sure if that was a planned move by him, that he knew she would be there. I honestly don't know.
Who says things like this? That young man obviously was struggling with his life. He was hurting, and from what I have been listening to, he was hiding his pain from everyone. Nobody knows. The public doesn't know why he did what he did. Who would even think, or how could she even say something like that, or even bring it up, that he probably planned his demise while his mom was in town? Don't you think that Janelle is spending her days possibly blaming herself, thinking how she could have been there more for her son, how she could have possibly helped her son, thinking what she could have done so that he wouldn't have done this? But she couldn't. As I said, he was hiding a lot from his family. The way he was feeling, whatever he was going through, there is no one to blame, not even his, as she stated, his estranged dad. The family has lost a part of them. Janelle and Cody lost their son. The kids lost their brother. And he was deeply loved by all. This is a tragedy, period. And not one to be exploited. Just because without a crystal ball feels that they are public figures. Now back to the flag ceremony. When it comes to Cody, she posted this. Who wants to tell Cody it's time to shave the skullet? Cody's hair hanging on by a thread. Unnecessary, totally unnecessary. Time and place. And it also proves the type of person she is. She can't let anything go. She doesn't have the capabilities of feeling empathy, compassion, none of those things. She can't even put aside her feelings to have some kind of respect for this man that lost his son. It's just petty. She was judging Christine for going back to her normal life. She says, I'm going to continue to block blind sister wife supporters that refuse to see the reality and truth. This isn't a fan page, and therapy is needed for the whole family before another child dies this way. What qualifies her to know what's best for this family? Because it's not like she has a one-on-one relationship. She doesn't personally know this family. She only goes off what she sees on TV, which she has preached for years and years that these reality shows are fake. Then she goes on and she says, if I could give Christine advice, I would tell her to get offline and heal. I would tell her that she and her kids need to get into trauma-informed therapy to recover, not only from Garrison's death, but also from Cody's abuse. I would recommend that she protect her only minor child that she has left and get off reality TV. I would remind her that money means nothing and working means nothing if your child is suffering. I would remind her that people are frustrated with the family because people feel like the kids haven't been protected. This whole family needs psychological help immediately. Now that S has been shown as an option for a way out other siblings could follow. Get offline. Get your family in order. Please, please, please. Christine has not stopped working since his death. Her Airbnb page was posting content of her in videos one day after Garrison died. This family needs serious help. They are just so blinded by money. They can't see it. For those telling her she needs to stay busy, she can stay busy by going to therapy, getting her daughter in therapy and recovering. Her job, which is the show, contributed to the abuse and bullying of Garrison. Christine is also selling Plexus as a cure for mental health, which will not cure mental illness. She needs to heal, truly. Disagree all you want with my opinion, but this family has been traumatized by polygamy and needs to get offline. A psychologist was interviewed on Secrets of Polygamy, and he said victims of polygamy have trauma equivalent to prisoners of war. They are traumatized and need serious help to recover. Whether you are polygamy or just an ordinary individual, trauma is trauma, in my opinion. And the way you choose to deal with it as an individually is totally your choice. Without a Crystal Ball was advocating for how these women should get out. And now that they are out and away from Cody, she still has an issue on how they are living their life, making a living, and how they're raising their children. The one that seriously, in my opinion, needs help is Without a Crystal Ball, because she is the one that never sees the light of day. She continues to isolate herself because of FOMO. She is the one that, once again, in my opinion, needs to seek therapy and needs serious help because she seems very blinded by money and will continue to exploit this family because this is what is making her money. For her to be telling Christine to get offline was hilarious to me. And for her to say that Christine should protect her only minor child, are you kidding me? Whether kids are minors or adults, they still need to be protected. And from what I see, Christine is still very much protective of her kids. She is a great mom from what I see. And me personally, I think that Without a Crystal Ball actually envies Christine, because Christine seems to have what Katie Joy wants, and that is love, support, and a family dynamic. Christine sure does seem to have a grasp on how she navigates her job, which is social media, and her family. She says that people are frustrated with them or the show. How many millions of people watch the show, Katie? And she feels and speaks for those people. check yourself, because Katie Joy seems to speak for just a fraction of those viewers. Money sure does mean a lot to you, Katie Joy, from just looking at your postings, and you guys can see this too. Seeing the difference between your sister wives content and your other content, I see that is what drives you, because clearly people are not bothered about your other content, so you will sensationalize the story and regurgitate stuff for views. This is my thing though. I get so much shit from Katie Joy's Flying Monkeys because I cover her, and the usual is that I am jealous. Yet, Katie Joy is one person, and she is so problematic and polarizing. But here she is exploiting the death of someone and cashing in on it, and she is getting no flack, but earning tens of thousands of dollars. What am I missing? She has not said one positive thing in regard to this tragedy when it comes to this family. If it was not the family posting on their social media in a time that Without a Crystal Ball wanted them to, it was they are not as tight as they claim to be. The best one for me was Janelle should sue TLC for wrongful death, which I will show you a post coming up. Without a Crystal Ball does not have all the facts, and for her to put something like that out there is totally irresponsible. Now, first of all, in my opinion, social media is not that important when it comes to stuff like this. It's more important who has reached out or who reaches out personally, and it's not the public's business who did and who did not reach out. And the only reason Without a Crystal Ball was making the social media posting an issue is because that is the only way she can get intel. She has no sources, in my opinion, and look at what strangers send her. Pictures invading this family's privacy, just going out for dinner. Yes, absolutely they are public figures, but Without a Crystal Ball goes too far. This is the post I was talking about. Garrison Brown's sudden passing came after 3 years of persistent and abhorrent comments by his father to national audiences which painted him unfavorably. Cody defamed his sons and contributed to their declining mental health. Under the law, producers and the network was obligated to ensure that Garrison nor any other participant would be exploited or harmed by working on the show. Aftercare and resources should have been set up and filming paused to address all issues, and they failed. Could this be the basis of a lawsuit? Yes. Cody's defamation and slander of his sons could also be included in the negligence claims. He's not a lawyer. She doesn't know, as I said, the facts of what went down. Why is she putting this out there? Then she goes on and says, Garrison's death by S is an horrific part of reality TV. Reality TV pushes mental health to the limits of their cast. Cast have no control in how they are portrayed, and frequently high stress and producer coercion is used to get the best sound bites for the show. Over 40 people have killed themselves due to their participation in a reality show. We cannot ignore this, and this topic must be discussed. Under the law, every person is entitled to a safe workplace, and all employers have a special duty to ensure that they prevent S by providing aftercare and access to mental health resources. Bullying is a contributing factor in causing S. So Katie Joy, weren't you bullying this young man at one point too, when you were calling him racist? Took something totally out of context. So then we can also say that you contributed to his mental health for all the stalking and, in my opinion, harassing you did to his entire family that he so dearly loved. You also saw content from Gwendolyn Brown that was from behind a paywall, and when she checked you for that, you went ahead and blamed it on others for causing the distress. Yet you knew you did wrong, which you are still doing by stealing content from behind a paywall from McKelty Brown, and you don't care because, once again, that is the only way you can get what is going on with them, because you don't have sources, in my opinion, and this is their livelihood. Their social media pays their bills too, and you don't give a damn that you're taking food out of her kids' mouths to make your bank account bigger, and you have no remorse. Let me leave you with this. No matter how you feel about Cody and Robin, they have lost a son. Cody lost his son, and that will have an everlasting effect on him. He deserved respect, and so did the rest of the family. And since they do have a reality show, it is only obvious that the show covers the situation because Garrison was a huge part of the show, and that is not exploiting the situation. Last but not least, when Katie Joy announced that she was in no communication with her family, she made a post for people not to contact her family. Rules for thee, but not for me. Garrison has not even been gone for a month, and without a crystal ball has made 21 videos and accumulated over 3.2 million views. Who is doing the exploiting? Oh, I nearly forget. Katie Joy always seems to share traumas or experiences with whatever topic she covers. How come she didn't mention this go around that she also lost her best friend in the same manner? Or maybe she was lying about that. Who knows? Thank you guys so much for watching, taking the time out. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And don't forget, make good memories. Bye, guys.